Today I'm here to explain to you what is the portion fix. If you're watching this video, you are most likely being coached by either myself or one of the coaches that I mentor, and I welcome them to use any of these training videos that I have made to make their job easier and to get you right along the track of knowing exactly how to use these programs. And so the portion fix is hands down the easiest, most aligned with proper nutrition meal plan adjustment that I have found for clients to follow. Here's the thing, there are a million diet options and ways that you can eat to lose weight. The problem with most of them, as I'm sure you're going to say, yeah, this is not a surprise to me, this is exactly the struggle that I personally have, is that a lot of the ways that people are finding to eat that will help them to lose weight, it's not sustainable. You're not going to never have a carb again in your life. You're not going to never have, a glass of wine for the rest of your life. And so though you can eat certain ways to lose the weight, you're not going to be able to sustain it forever. And so the weight will come back on. And so the portion fix is hands down the most realistic way to lose weight and be able to keep it off forever. And so yes, we want to get you results, but we want to get you the kind of results that you can keep going. And so, and not deprive yourself, not have to say no to wine forever, not have to say no to any carbs ever again. It's just going to teach you how to eat properly, how to have proper portion sizes, and what is proper nutrition. That's what this program teaches you. So before I did the portion fix, I had no idea what to do around food. I was completely lost. And even when I tried to just use common sense and think okay, I should probably eat more vegetables and I should have more fruit and I should have rice instead of waffles, whatever. I tried to use common sense, but even still, I was really getting it wrong and I was not losing weight because I was eating maybe too much of the wrong or of the right kinds of food. So though I was eating rice, I was having oodles and oodles of rice. Or though I was eating fruit, I was eating way more fruit than my body actually needed and knew what to do with it. Here's the thing that we don't realize is our body is designed a certain way to operate a certain way, and it needs certain amounts of certain nutrients to operate at optimal energy and just functionality, okay? So when I eat fruit, that's great. My body's going to pull all the good stuff from it and use it to fuel me. But then after a certain extent, when I keep bringing in sugar, even though it's natural sugar, it's fruit, it's nothing processed, my body doesn't have any use for it anymore. And it just has no option but to deposit it as fat after a certain point. And so what this program does for us is it takes care of figuring all that out. How much of which kinds of foods does my body need based off of my weight, my current weight, so that I can make sure I don't eat over those amounts, okay? And so what this program does is it breaks down for you based off of your weight bracket, how much of each type of food, each of the food groups, how much of each of those should you be having. And so not only is it going to tell you, you should be having 3 servings of vegetables a day, it's going to actually show you what is the proper amount for one serving size, so that you're not saying, yeah, I'm going to have 1 serving of carbohydrates and it's like a plate. It's going to show you how much is an actual 1 serving so that you know how many or how much to have each time you're having your serving of carbs or fruit or proteins or whatever, okay? So it tells you how much of each you should be having, shows you the actual portion size for 1 serving, and then it's also going to break down for you each of the food groups. So let's just take vegetables, for example. So it's going to tell you for your weight bracket, you should be having, say, 3 or 4 serving sizes or servings of vegetables that day. And they use green for vegetables. And then here's the container that shows you the proper portion size for vegetables. So 1 serving is what would fit inside of this. And like I said, you're going to have 4 of these a day, or 3, or however many your weight bracket tells you. And it takes you through figuring out where you fall in the weight bracket here in the guide that you'll get. And what I was about to get to was that for each food group, every color container group, it's going to break down for you the best 30 options for that food group. Same for every color. So for your purples, which is fruit, it's going to show you the best 30 options for that food group. And so you get to go through and pick out, okay, for vegetables, you know, I really don't like kale, but I can do spinach. Okay, I don't like Brussels sprouts, but I like broccoli. And you can go through and pick out which ones you want to use for your 4 that you're allowed, that, you know, for each day or whatever. You can go through and pick out the ones that actually sound appealing to you. And so it gives you a ton of guidance on how much of which kinds of foods you should be eating every day, but it gives you freedom that you don't have to eat spinach if you freaking hate spinach. It's going to give you freedom to kind of pick what actually sounds appealing to you, but will give you enough guidance that you're not going to be screwing the whole process up. And so, like I said, you're going to get a container for every one of the food groups. And when I first got these containers, I was like, is this for my dressing? Like, these are way too small. There's no way I'm going to be full off of this. Every single client I've had, minus one, and I'll tell you what happened with her. Every single client, their complaint is never that they don't have enough. If I get a complaint, it's that they don't think they can finish all of their containers, because you are going to get tons of food. The thing is, like I said, your body was designed a certain way, and it was designed to be fulfilled off of certain kinds of food. And once it gets those certain kinds of food, it doesn't really need more. And so the problem is we eat, you know, chips, whatever it is, salsa, we eat these foods, they're not meeting our nutritional needs. Like, we actually need certain, like, molecules. Our body actually needs certain things to fulfill it. And so we're eating all this stuff and it's not fulfilling it. And we're like, I'm so hungry. I'm still hungry. I'm still hungry. Why am I so hungry? Because we never actually got those nutrients. But when you eat the right kind of carb, the right kind of protein, the right kind of healthy fat and nuts and oils, it doesn't take a ton for your body to go, actually, I'm full. Like, I am full. I don't, like, stop. I can't even eat anymore. And so most people actually complain that they can't finish their containers. Now, the one person I did have complain that she did not have enough to eat, she was heavily breastfeeding. And that's okay. You can do this while breastfeeding. I did it while breastfeeding. The one adjustment that she didn't make, which is what I advise all of my clients to make sure that they do, when you are breastfeeding, like I said, the book's going to help you figure out which weight bracket you fall in. When you're breastfeeding, you want to figure out your weight bracket and then bump up to the next weight bracket so that you can account for all of those amazing calories that you're burning for breastfeeding. So that was why she was hungry, and once we made that adjustment, she was fine. So the great thing about the portion fix, like I said, is that you're not going to have to wonder if you're choosing the right foods from all these different food groups, and not having to wonder if you're getting enough of the right things. Sometimes if you're not getting enough healthy fat, you know, we think stay away from fat, stay away from fat. No, there's kinds of fat that your body actually needs, and it's going to help you figure out exactly what those ones are and make sure that you're not getting too much or not getting too little protein. It helps you make sure you're getting exactly what your body needs to, 1, be fulfilled, and 2, be able to shed the weight. One problem that people run into, and I see this over and over and over with clients, they're like, I don't even eat that much. Like, I literally eat like 1 meal a day and I can't lose weight. There's something called starvation mode, and a lot of you are accidentally putting yourselves into starvation mode. This is like the most normal person way I can think to break this down, because I'm a normal person. When you don't actually eat enough food, your body starts to think, okay, I can't trust this girl. Like, sometimes she eats, and then, like, I gotta go another 18 hours before I'm seeing another meal. Like, I can't trust her, and I need something to get by, and so I'm going to hold on to everything that she has currently within her body. I'm going to hold on to all the fat because I might need to live off of this. I can't trust this girl. She's not feeding me what I need. And so when you start to eat the right amounts of food, your body goes, okay, she fed me again. Oh, she fed me again. Oh, shoot, she fed me again. And it goes, okay, I think I can trust her. So now she's shown me that she's going to keep providing what I need every few hours, or, you know, every 5 hours, whatever it is your eating schedule, but you're getting enough food in your system, and your body goes, okay, I can trust her. Now I can release things. I can let go of some of this fat. I can let some of this water weight go. It knows that it can trust you. And so when you're not eating enough, you're actually putting your body into starvation mode, and it's just going to hold on to everything, and you're not going to be able to lose weight. So this is going to make sure that you're getting enough of the right things, not too much of the wrong things, not too much of the right things. Going to give you all the best choices for each food group, show you how much each of those actually, what that looks like, and when you pour it out on a plate, what that looks like. Like I said, you're not going to be running into a problem of not having enough food. And like I said, you're going to have multiple of these a day. So you're not just eating, you know, this container every day. You're eating 4 of these, you're eating 2 of these, or whatever your weight bracket tells you. So you're getting multiple of each of these colors. The other tool that is freaking amazing, that wasn't around when I first started doing this meal plan, is there are now multiple ways you can do the meal plan. So there's a standard portion fix plan that you can do with any workout program, and that's the program that's going to come automatically with the 21-day fix if you're doing that program specifically. There's also the 21-day fix extreme, which is the book that I'm holding here. The cool thing about the 21-day fix extreme plan is that it's same concept. It's going to break down for you based off of your weight bracket, how many of each container you should be having, but then it also actually gives you a second option for a bit more extreme results. And the lady who created this, Autumn, she actually gives you her exact plan that she uses in the 3 weeks before she does her competitions. And so she calls it her countdown to competition plan. It's a bit more extreme. I actually personally prefer it over just the standard plan because it kind of breaks up the monotony. What it does is it gives you essentially it's a carb cycling program. And so, you know, you'll eat a certain way for 2 days with lower carbs, a bit more protein, and then one day you'll have more normalized amounts of carbs and a little less protein, and then you'll go back to the less carbs and more protein for 2 days. And so it's 2 days on, 1 day off, 2 days on, 1 day off. And I personally like that because it's not so monotonous every day, and it kind of changes. I have something to look forward to every couple of days. That's just me, and my body responds really well to it. So I love that, but it's all based off of these containers. So once you get the containers and you start to familiarize yourself with the system just off of the original portion fix that came with a 21-day fix, and with the all access challenge pack, if that's what you started with, once you get it, you have so many directions that you can take it. So I really, really personally love the countdown to competition plan that comes with 21-day, or that's in the 21-day fix extreme manuals that you can find in the all access, your all access account. So 2 other really cool resources to go along with the portion fix. One is the Fixate cookbook. And so I don't know about you, I'm not really a recipe person, mostly because it's too complicated and it terrifies me. But a lot of people love recipes, and for someone like me who just is overwhelmed by the concept of a recipe and mixing together foods, like how am I gonna, if I mix together foods, how will I know how much, you know, how many of my carbs that counts for, how many of my proteins that counts for? That is why I specifically love this cookbook, because it's all portion fixed approved meals, and it is all already broken down for you how much each thing counts as. So like, for example, this is a waffle recipe, which you could use for one of, you know, for your carbs, and it breaks down, it tells you how to make it, and then it actually tells you, I don't know if you can see up here at the top, it tells you that how much of a yellow it counts for and orange it counts for. So it's going to tell you in every single recipe, okay, you know, this recipe, this recipe is going to count for this much of your green for the day, that much of your red, that much of your blue, and it breaks it all down for you. So I love that about this cookbook. It's all meals that are already figured out for you. This is mac and cheese, and it already breaks down for you that much of your green, that much of your yellow, your red, your blue. So yeah, and it's all recipes made specifically for these containers, and breaks it down for you so you don't have to do the mental work of that. And then the other really cool resource, make sure that you don't miss it, is Fixate. They made it into a cooking show. So now there are tons and tons and tons and tons of recipes which you can locate in your on-demand membership. You'll just click on the Fixate tab, and then they've got all of the recipes broken down for you based off of breakfast or snack or shake recipes or dinner. It's all in there, and it's amazing. So make sure you don't miss that. So a ton of tools and resources to help you really see how normal and feasible this lifestyle is, this eating lifestyle is. So yes, common questions I hear often are, is it safe to do this plan while you're breastfeeding? Absolutely. You're just going to bump up a bracket. And is Shakeology safe while breastfeeding? Absolutely. By all means, ask your doctor, show them the recipes. I have never had a client say that their doctor said no. I've actually had doctors be very happy that their clients, their patients were wanting to eat and drink something so healthy every day. There's nothing artificial in it. It's natural roots and grasses and fruits and vegetables ground up into a powder, mixed with cocoa bean to taste like chocolate or whatever flavor you choose. So it's not a health hazard. So it's not a health hazard at all. If anything, it helped increase my milk supply because I was getting far more nutrients than I ever would have gotten if I weren't drinking it every day. So it actually helped me to breastfeed almost exclusively. I breastfed exclusively until 1 year, and then I was able to keep my milk supply going until 2 years. And so when I chose to wean.